America on the March. President Trump announced this month that the Gulf of Mexico is going to become the Gulf of America. Can Jimmy have some freedom fries with that?
Who controls the computer systems that decide if you get your tax refund, or disaster relief, or Medicare benefits? Elon Musk.
Republicans have turned in their game uniforms and become cheerleaders.
About a big, beautiful canal instead.
And we're taking it back.
Cheer for Donald Trump and Elon Musk.
We got a new sheriff in town.
Ever wonder why Trump gets so triggered by comedy? The Lincoln Project just released what might be their most devastating attack yet, portraying Trump as a tantrum-throwing man-child and Musk as his gullible billionaire puppet. Trump's reaction: total meltdown. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what was in these ads that sent Trump into orbit, why his team is scrambling to respond, and the psychological reason why satire hurts him more than any serious criticism ever could. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. The Lincoln Project has mastered the art of getting under Trump's skin, and it's honestly beautiful to watch. While most political opponents try to attack Trump on policy or ethics, these former Republicans went for his Achilles heel, his massive ego that bruises easier than a week-old banana. They figured out that nothing sends Trump into a tailspin faster than being the butt of a joke. Their ads are pure genius in their simplicity. Instead of boring policy critiques, they created these hilarious parodies, showing Trump as what he truly is, a tantrum-throwing man-child who can't handle the slightest setback.
Watching the power grab and illegality going on in Washington, it's easy to feel helpless, like there's nothing you can do.
Elon Musk, hailed for changing the way we drive, celebrated for sending rockets toward the stars.
The penalties for violation are civil and criminal. Elon Musk and his tech bros are not above the law, and a corrupt president has no ability to pardon state crimes.
Is using his power to do something unthinkable. He's slashing funding for life-saving medicine and science, shutting down cancer and Alzheimer's research, solutions for childhood diseases.
One ad shows him missing a golf shot and absolutely losing it like a toddler who dropped his ice cream cone. Another captures him frantically refreshing Twitter to see if people are saying nice things about him. It's the political equivalent of holding up a mirror, and Trump clearly doesn't like what he sees. What makes these ads stick is how they tap into what we've all witnessed for years: Trump's complete inability to laugh at himself. Most politicians can take a joke, maybe even make a self-deprecating comment to show they're human. But Trump, the man would rather eat his own MAGA hat than acknowledge anyone mocking him. His entire brand is built on being a winner.
You know, the White House is more than just a building. It's more than 18 acres of land in Washington, D.C.
It's the place where Americans look for leadership when the night is at its darkest and when the dawn breaks brightest.
It's a commitment to the Republic and to our sacred Constitution.
Unemployment is 98% under Joe Biden.
Best debate prep since Lincoln.
And a loaf of gasoline is $84 a pound.
What about schools, sir?
Let them eat bootstraps, okay?
So when the Lincoln Project portrays him as a whiny loser, it hits him where it hurts most. The strategy is downright surgical. They know Trump can't resist responding to attacks, especially ones that question his image as a tough guy. It's like they've planted psychological landmines in his brain. Normal politicians would ignore these ads or laugh them off, but Trump starts rage tweeting at 3 a.m. like clockwork. Every time he has a meltdown over their ads, he's basically doing a live demonstration proving their point. But the Lincoln Project didn't stop with Trump. They went after his billionaire buddy, Elon Musk, too, portraying him as the tech bro's tech bro, an overhyped billionaire who thinks he's doing God's work when really he's just an awkward guy desperately trying to be cool. Their ads compare Musk to a dad attempting to use TikTok, which is both hilarious and painfully accurate. They mock how he swooped in thinking he could fix Twitter and instead turned it into his personal playground. The ads highlight how disconnected Musk is from regular people.
Joe Biden says he cares about law and order. He says he believes in our institutions, our safety, and the rule of law. So why is Joe Biden publicly appearing on stage with a convicted felon? In January 2025, the future that generations were warned about will arrive. We know AI will change everything, but a far greater threat is here now. Because that day in January isn't about artificial intelligence. It's about actual stupidity.
Showing him as someone obsessed with flashy ideas rather than practical solutions. It's the perfect companion piece to their Trump attacks. Two egomaniacs who can't stand being laughed at, joined at the hip in their thin-skinned reactions to criticism. What's truly clever about the Lincoln Project's approach is how they've weaponized provocation. They deliberately create ads that will trigger Trump into behaviors that confirm everything they're saying about him. It's like setting a trap that Trump can't help but walk into. They call him a narcissist who can't handle ridicule, and within hours, he's ranting and raving, perfectly validating their point. As one source puts it, Trump's entire persona is built on winning, and if he's not winning, he's whining. The Lincoln Project has figured out how to flip the script on Trump's usual bully tactics. He's spent years dishing it out with childish nicknames and mockery, but turns out he can't take even a fraction of what he gives.
The Lincoln Project salutes Vice President Donald Trump. As Vice President, Trump will finally have the time to do the things that make him happiest. We at the Lincoln Project are confident that Donald Trump understands his position. Elon is smarter, wealthier, more charismatic, has a far superior and more successful social media platform and company. Talk about old movies, playing on his phone, admiring the assets of other men. Meanwhile, President Musk can get down to the business of running the country.
Every time he responds with outrage to these ads, he's essentially holding up a sign that says, "The Lincoln Project is right about me." These ads work because they're not just funny, they're uncomfortably true. We've all seen Trump's bizarre behavior, his inability to accept defeat, his constant need for praise. The Lincoln Project just packages these observations into bite-sized comedy that's impossible to forget. And in politics, being memorable is half the battle. Trump's supporters might claim these ads are just cheap shots, but that misses the point entirely. The Lincoln Project isn't trying to win over die-hard MAGA fans. They're speaking to everyone else, the people who might be influenced by Trump's tough guy act if they don't see it for what it really is, a fragile facade covering a desperately insecure man. The genius of their approach is turning Trump's greatest weapon, his ability to dominate headlines and control narratives, against him. Every time he flies off the handle about their ads, he's amplifying their message far beyond what their ad budget could ever achieve. He's basically becoming their most effective marketing tool. In many ways, the Lincoln Project has created the perfect political jujitsu, using an opponent's strength against them. Trump's need to respond to every perceived slight has become his greatest weakness, and these former Republicans know exactly which buttons to push to make him self-destruct. So, what's the real takeaway from this whole saga between the Lincoln Project and Trump? It's simple. Sometimes the best way to defeat a bully isn't by throwing punches, it's by pointing and laughing. These ads are literally a masterpiece of satire that exposes just how ridiculous these figures really are. Trump's meltdowns over being portrayed as a tantrum-throwing, petulant man-child and professional sore loser only validate what the ads claim. Each time he erupts, he's essentially doing a live demonstration of their punchline. In the political playground, making voters chuckle at a powerful figure can be more devastating than any policy debate ever could.